We are live. Coming at you from Arkansas via the internet. I think it's too early for a Tuesday to try and run one. It's too late for drive time chat and too early for a post dinner chat. But Hutch just finished up, so I thought maybe a few people might bounce over. It's already too dark for anybody to see me. Not that it's important to see me to know what I'm talking about. We're walking and talking and walking. Hey, Groundbird, you're first in the chat this evening. Rock on to you, sir. Thanks for being here. We'll see if some folks don't roll in. I sent out some invites. And I keep meaning to have you on too. I forgot to throw you a link on Discord. But there's one. I think because I ran this in vertical chat, it won't come through as a hyperlink. I'll try and bounce back over to TMT's Discord. Just throw it in there. Everybody in TMT's Discord is lawfully armed approved. Be right back, don't leave. All right. The link is posted in TMT's general. If anybody wants to bounce in here, do this thing. My question is, is anybody else optimistic for 2026 as far as opportunities for starting over or new growth or whatever, whether that be professionally or in your relationship, in acquiring a new skill, any sort of activity, something like that. Just want to. There's always something going on in the world, so we can't stay negative all the time. And I just wonder if we can collectively kind of raise each other's optimism. I'm sitting on a barge swap in my truck. Yeah, for sure. I'll remind TMT, see if we can't drop you a line Sunday if he does one on Sunday like normal. This coming weekend's the last weekend before Christmas and New Year's, so I know that'll be weird. It looks like I'm going to be, besides work hours, I'm going to be pretty free that whole first week of the year too. So like everybody's still out on like winter break or Christmas break or whatever. My schedule's looking pretty open, so that's good. But for sure, so you're on like a barge, like across the river barge. I guess I'm perplexed. That's not really a thing where I'm from. So like a ferry for vehicles. Dude, you got to have your first live chat. My first live stream was one time, and it was pretty late, albeit. But I was on my first time was on TMT's live chat. It was before I ever even joined the Discord. I just had chimed in on a couple of his comment sections, and he had me on, and they were proposing the like, what if you were like in a big city but didn't have your heater on you, and a couple of guys were trying to, do you wrong, either rob you or mug you, or maybe even, delete you from existence. And I was just like YOLO, like, because nobody knew me or nothing. I was nobody. I think I might have had 2 or 3 subscribers, and those were mostly just people that followed from like fitness stuff in the past. Because I've had the channel for a long time, but had never really pursued anything in it. But I was like, what you do is you out freak them, like you drop your drawers and just start like beating your meat or whatever, like freak them out. They'll run off. And he was, I think, both like mortified and laughing hysterically. And I think that's what kind of kicked it off. Like, he's like, this guy's my kind of like messed up. And so he's just been inviting me ever since. It was kind of just as he was taking off. He had his first 150, 200 subs, which were not awful to start with. Maybe not. He may not have been 150 yet, but he was over 100 subs. The first 100 seems to be not too hard to get. You can get that just familiars. But Breaking 2 has been tough for me, but I don't put out any content with any regularity. And like these live streams, I'll do a pretty okay one overall. It's not real structured, but we'll laugh about stuff, and then some zinger gets thrown out there or something, or I say something that I kind of regret later, so then I go back and delete them. Once it's out there forever. If somebody knows where to look, I suppose. But I don't even know if that's a language, but glad you're here, Alves. Sup, Unk? Not much. What's up, dog? We're getting our steps in and hanging out with the neighborhood cats. There's that little black cat. Hey, buddy. Meow. You want to go home with me? Grumbird, it's that cat. I'd turn the camera around and show you, but I don't know how to do that and not get your house sign or something. I don't want anybody to dox me. So that little black cat's just walking along following me. It's the third time now. Third trip. Oh, there we go. Black cat, y'all. Yeah. How about that? Just a little black cat. I'd adopt him if it weren't for the living situation getting ready to change. $3 a.m. here. Where's here, Alexis? Let's see, 3 a.m. So you're 8 hours ahead. So that's like you're probably somewhere between Australia and Philippines. Sweden. Oh, I'm way off. I'm way off. Sweden. Do you like kippers? Kippered sardines. We kind of got a thing here. We got the Kipper Gang. Hashtag Kipper Gang. Tactical Muffin Top, Lawfully Armed. Justin B. DJ the Metalhead Mercenary. I think there's one or two other people TMT's had on that are certified Kipper Gang members. So yeah, like the video title says, anybody got any optimism for 2026? We excited about anything or have any plans, any goals? Starting over myself, accepting the reality, the end of a almost 13-year relationship. That's weird. I think it's gonna be weirder than my parents getting divorced, to be honest. Because this is like we've been together like a third of my life almost. First real um, first real relationship like that. And I'm young enough that I could still start over, have a whole nother family and all that stuff. But old enough now that everybody, not to generalize, but all the quote good ones are taken. We've all got some sort of problem. Nothing to be excited about. We have to find something to be excited about. I have to find optimism. I dare not say hope, because you have hope, somebody can take that from you. But you got to find a positive in each day, or there's no point. At least you're not Canadian. And you got Swedish meatballs. That's cool. There, do you call them Swedish meatballs, or do you just call them meatballs? Like in Sweden, how do they differentiate Swedish meatballs from like Italian meatballs? Do you call them Italian meatballs there? Yep. Just keep prepping and getting above ground grade beds, like flower beds. You're gonna put you in some flower beds for 2026. Be sweet. Yeah, like TMT said, if they control your food, they control you. That's not verbatim how he said it, but it gets the message across. Here we go. We call Swedish meatballs just meatballs, and Italian meatballs Italian. Well, there you go. Yep, make it out alive every day till we don't. And once we don't, we won't even know. And if you're of any faith, you won't care because you're on the other side. I'm not going to stop prepping entirely, but I think unless something major happens that like that scares me into like fixating on prepping real hard, because I'm still going to be in kind of a limited term, short term living arrangement. I've got to save to get on my own 2 feet. The place we're at now, between the two of us, we're not comfortable monetarily. The reality is, if one of us isn't there, the other one can keep it all going, but be tight. But I don't know how I'm going to be able to keep going financially, because even the saving a while, that doesn't actually get me ahead long term. It's just going to be enough to get into a place, deposit, security deposit, first month's, last month's rent, that sort of thing. But I'll figure it all out in time. I think I'm also going to spend more time on myself to kind of be out of everybody's way. I have been small. My presence in life has been small. So I think I'm going to make that time for myself. Go on those activities, do those activities and things that I've wanted to do but haven't. Because she's already done more traveling and vacation-y stuff this year with her girlfriends than I've done in like years. Besides 23, we went to a couple weddings together that got us, out of town. Besides that, we've not done anything together. I haven't done anything, and that's part of the problem. Really, it is. Grumpert says, I listened to a doc about R.L. Hubbard, the guy who invented Scientology, and he was a different dude. Stuff not for me. Yeah. All those people that start those cults, they're charismatic, full of energy, like they really draw people in. And they get those first few people who become their foundational members, and it's those people that they'll have like foundational roles. That's what gets them to stick around. But cults are weird, for sure. I mean, and people on the outside not intoxicated by it, not drawn in, love bombed, and promised things. See it. And then by the time that you're in too deep, like which I imagine is probably not far off from like organized crime. There's a lot of people romanticize that. I think that's going to be their mode of social, their way to climb the social ladder or whatever, financial ladder, is be in some sort of organized crime gang, whatever, and ascend the ranks. And I'm sure a lot of them, by the time if they realize that they fucked up, there's not an opportunity to do any take backsies, in for a penny, in for a pound kind of thing. I'm sure thankful that I avoided all that. The great outdoors is definitely worth getting out in. It's something to look forward to, and generally it's free. I mean, it'd be nice to have a plot of land and call it yours to do with it what you want, do what you want on it. Lexus is Sweden, one of those countries where you can like free roam or whatever, like out in the country, the woods or whatever, wilderness, I guess you say. Like that, not obviously privately owned land beyond the cities. Like everybody has their Mora knife. You can process like already dead limbs and stuff to make a fire or whatever. Build a shelter. Like you can camp and do whatever as long as you're not doing any harm. They don't want you felling trees and things. Cool. Yeah. See, here we have in the United States, we have lots of both federal parks and then also state parks, which are like our provinces. And that land is protected for the both for natural preservation and for the general welfare of the population. Like you can go camp there. Some of them it has to be in designated camping spots, and some of them you rent a lot. If you back your vehicle in, they already have like a pre-made fire ring or camp stove. You load up with charcoal or wood or whatever to cook over, just to kind of keep it tidy and organized. Keep fire from being out of control. But you're able to hike and see the scenery and whatnot. I need to visit some more of those. My state, Arkansas, is supposed to be the natural state. We've got over 50 parks like that to visit, waterfalls. Lots of waterways, bluffs, good fishing spots, lots of hiking trails, hundreds and hundreds of miles of hiking trails and biking trails. I need to get in, see some of that. Leave my footprints. Mother Nature's blanket. What up, TMT? You got a link. DM'd you, and I dropped it in your general Discord in case anybody wants to bounce over here. I treat this like a pre-Honda stream. Keep you awake until time for eHonda to go live in a couple hours. Not that I'm saying that we'll continue to do this for a couple hours, but we're doing this for now. Yeah, Yellowstone's really pretty. I mean, I don't know any more than you do. I've seen pictures and video footage, but I hadn't actually been there. Lexus. Gonna hit the hot shower. Subscribe to Tactical Muffin Top, everybody. At Tactical Muffin Top, one word. We have us a great time over there. Several days a week. He's a hoot for sure. And a wealth of prepping knowledge. Has lots of good guests on for his live streams. Typically Sunday and Thursday evenings. Nominally 8-7 Central time zone. Which we got to find out what the plus or minus GMT that is for our international listeners, viewers. Hey Siri. I'm kidding. Wow, we got 3 old viewers. Oh, Honda's going live in 30. The Honda 42,000 is going live in 30 minutes. He sent the link out. I should have known that. He usually sends a link. Huh. That's going to be like an hour earlier than he normally does it. Either he's got something good to talk about or he's feeling spry. Or maybe both. I hadn't sit on a Honda chat in a while. He had been absent for a while, and then there have been a couple times he sent me an invite, and I was just dragging ass and didn't respond. Trying to sit on that tomorrow. Oh, TMT corrected me. Usually Tuesday and Sunday. I don't know where I got Thursday out of, because we did one that last Thursday. Messed everything up. Either way, it's about that time that Justin B probably jump in if he gets online and sees it. Justin's got his kids halfway tucked in. He usually bounce on here, say what's up. Sub to his alternative channel, Justin B's channel. His like serious channel that he's trying to do. He's trying to kind of launch his budget survival dad. He's got some videos showing how to make some easy recipes, mostly with stuff from his garden. He's got some cucumber kimchi videos and trying to remember what else. I've watched them all, but I can't remember what the other one he put up yesterday was. I didn't expect to get an invite from Honda, so I already took my medicine. I'm just doing this to get out of the house and finish getting my steps in for the day. Thanks, Lexus. We appreciate the sub. Hope that you tune in and become a regular viewer. We enjoy the international input. Kind of get the on the ground report as far as what you're observing going on with anything suspicious with the Terrys. Trying to keep an eye on the moving and shaking of geopolitics and TMT says thank you. Well, which either means that he's slow to get in the shower or he's listening while he's in the shower, which I'm guilty of leaving my phone with the volume turned all the way up, no headphones, but I'll turn the volume all the way up in the mornings. And while I'm out, while I'm in the shower doing my thing, I'll just replay somebody's chat that either I didn't catch all of it the night before, or more than one stream was going at the same time, and I had to pick one. So try and go back and at least skim over the other. And used to, before all this stuff became kind of low risk, low reward. When we were first starting out, we kind of took it all really serious, or I took it really serious. I would go back and re-listen entirely to Tactical Muffin Tops chats. I still try to when I can, but there's so many people now to catch content from. Try and share that love and attention to. I'm not always able to go back and rewatch all of them. But yes, the more the merrier. We're glad to have everybody. I don't have any ambitions of becoming monetized or anything big like that. Just someday I might put out a good video and it'd be cool if a bunch of people saw it. Sleep tight. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Alexis from Sweden, everybody. Groundbird TMT. Where's old man Butt Wrinkles? I'm shocked that he never got in here. Usually he's in with the first 2 or 3 people of every live stream. Even if he doesn't stick around, which he usually sticks around. He may be at work. It is kind of a weird time. I bet he's at work. Usually he's in here with the meat spin. So we're definitely going to go on some more hikes. I'm going to go on some more hikes this coming year, 2026. We'll try and do some more real life socializing. Even if that's just meeting existing friends for dinner. Once or twice a month. Try and keep the semi-local homies still. Try and get together with them. I'm going to work on my knowledge of cars and try and continue to do some more shade tree mechanic work. Get better at that. Nah, TMP, you got to put the little storm or hurricane logo. But good try. You got it in spirit. You just didn't get it in practice. More hikes. More friends dinners. I don't know. Maybe if I think I'm finally at a place, I'll seriously try and cast my bait out there and see if I catch somebody to be a little less lonely with. Who knows? Drive safe, Grumbird. And thanks for tuning in. We'll keep this going just a little bit longer. I don't want to miss E-Honda's chat here in about 20. He'll be going live here in 23 minutes. So say he. And if Honda's starting an hour early, that's a big deal for him. He doesn't normally do that. So he's either got a lot to talk about. Well, that's just my guess. I don't know. I haven't spoke to him. I haven't communicated with him in some time. But I would guess that he either hasn't much to talk about. Or he wants to I don't know. It may just be that he's starting an hour earlier to try and catch more of the East Coast people. Or run it sooner so they finish it sooner. So they do this. All right, everybody, we've been going for about an hour and a half. Y'all have a good night. And then play his outro so we can go play games or something. which is fine, no judgment. Maybe that's what I ought to do some too. Get me a gaming rig put together and do some of that. I don't know. I feel like right now that'd be a waste of money. Kind of beating myself up for even wanting to spend money on this Holosun. I was ready to do it the other day. The only thing that's kept me from spending the money has been that other PDP has not come in from Germany yet. Hear that? That was corn dog burps. Dinner was corn dogs and French fries. Daddy's got the calories for it. Before he went on this walk. This walk just solidifies it. In TMT, they gave away some popcorn at work today, so I might even have a couple of handfuls of popcorn when I get back. I don't need it, but I may want it. I kind of locked on to if I do get snacky later, that's what I want. I think I can measure that out and stop there, not become voracious and raid the whole pantry. Yep, popcorn. It's called the Arkansas queso. When I brought it home, the kiddo and I tried a couple pieces each. It's weird. It's like a zesty cheese popcorn, but there's just the slightest hint of sweet. Like maybe they throw a little bit of the cinnamon sugar from the caramel popcorn in there. Not enough to give it that caramelized like candy shell, but you pick up just a little bit of a sweet note on the back end. On the front end, it's cheesy, like a cheese ball, cherry, kind of mid chew. Hit you a little bit of that taco seasoning, like a Mexican taco or fajita. There's a little hit, just a little spice. And then it finishes a little bit of a sweet note in the back. It's pretty good. I don't want to hype it up too much to make myself go home and eat it all. It's a pretty good size full bag. It's that bougie, like gourmet popcorn. Somebody shipped a pack of it, like a big box of 4 or 5 flavors to us. I think I got offered that one because it was the low rung, but it was the bag that didn't look like it already had 4 or 5 handfuls took out of it. So I was like, yeah, all right, fine. I'll try that one. I don't really like communal finger foods. It weirds me out. You live in my house, it's fine. It's one thing. Like we all got the same cooties. No, I have not had chicken fried steak yet. Hadn't had any need for chicken fried steak. Or chicken fried chicken. I like to order that at a restaurant. Or somebody does it for a living makes it. But messing with the oil and battering up, whatever, that's extra steps. To be honest, I eat the same piece of like tenderized cube steak or whatever. Just do a hamburger patty. I don't care. I'm after nutritionally. I'm after the protein more than the exquisite flavor, anyways. I know it's cheap beef. So is literally just tubes of ground beef. I made up a tube of ground beef last night before bed and let it cool. Divvied it off into Tupperware and I ate one of those for breakfast with a little cheese on top. No tortilla. Didn't leave myself time to scramble some eggs and throw in there. So I had the scrambled eggs with my chicken fried rice for lunch. So I got my couple eggs in there. But the corn dogs really what sandbagged me. But I'd really hoped to do like a pretty good show this evening. Country fried steak is different than chicken fried steak. Like chicken fried steaks where you flour it and then like pan fried and shallow fry it in oil. so that it gets crispy like fried chicken, but it's like, not quite hamburger patty, but normally usually be like a cheaper piece of chuck or whatever that they've sliced thin, and then they've tenderized it with a mallet or with those like needle poker things, so that it cooks through quick. And then cuts with a fork. I know we're gonna need some of you ladies to chime in on that one. Set TMT straight on the difference between stinking chicken fried steak and country steak. Looks like we got 15 minutes till Honda goes live. And I'm about 7 minutes from the house. It's gonna be just enough time to run in and make my pit stop and jump in it. And I got a little over 80% battery, so I should even have enough to sit through all of his if I stay awake for it. It's in the low 50s here tonight, which is nice. Kind of after being bitter cold the past few days, it warmed up pretty good today. I'm not mad about it. Looks like we're supposed to enjoy low 40s through the nights and up to mid 60s in the days, the next couple days, with no significant chance of precipitation. So I think we missed a, might have dodged a typical pre-Christmas winter precipitation. We get that a lot. We're walking and chatting to you with you tonight. Got the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2. Loaded with the SIG 100 grain full metal jacket flat nose. So I'm more concerned with adequate penetration than I am necessarily expansion. That ammunition is tried and true as far as feed reliability. A little heavy for caliber, and with that flat nose, does a good job of reasonable straight line penetration. And then, of course, if you're prepared to poke holes in people, you have to be prepared to plug holes in people. Gunfights are two-way ranges. So I've got a bright orange Slishman pressure wrap, a pair of Hyphen mini chest seals, and one package of the Z-Fold wound packing gauze. Well, as my wallet and keys all in my Vertex Long Walks waist pack. Makes for a pretty lean, handy bounce out of the house and go for a walk rig. It's not terribly clothing dependent. The waist being adjustable, I can throw it over heavier clothing or lighter clothing. Or if it were just absolutely bitter cold and windy, but I insisted to put myself through torture, I could bundle up hands and feet, put my big military overcoat on, and wear it between my lighter layers, but under that coat. And with that giant two-way zipper, I could still reasonable draw time deploy from it. So from the hottest day of the summer to the coldest day of the winter, this could be a pretty good little out and about companion, a way to kind of still be on body carry, but not necessarily have to dress around the gun so much. With some reorganization, you could carry more gun. I've carried a Glock 19 and I've carried a Walther PDP 4-inch compact, which are functionally same size gun. I've also carried a Taurus GX4 with a Velcro backed IWB holster. I did a video back in the summer. That'd be my summer walking bag if you want to check that out. It's on my channel. One of the few regular videos I've done. It's not a short, it's not a live chat. I've since parted with a GX4, but I still enjoy the carry method for those days that you don't want to dress around it. Man, I can't manage to stay on topic for nothing. I title a video and have kind of an overarching thought, and I get myself squirreling. Besides TMT, who's supposed to be in the shower, I'm not really sure who I'm left talking to. On my end, it says there's two people watching. Whoever the second person is, thank you. TMT almost feels obligated to be here. But the other person, you're cool. That's what I need. You're right, TMT. I need to put 2 PDPs in it. It'd have to be bigger for 2 PDPs. I was thinking about it today, though. There's always a possibility if I got a right-handed holster in my roomie or britches, I could get away now with probably appendix carrying 2 PDPs. It is wholly illogical, but it has that bling factor, like the cowboys that wear the big gaudy belt buckles. Maybe like what some guy pops off about being. It's weird. You get the same story from totally different builds of people. You get the skinny guys that tell you they can't carry very big of a gun because they're so small, and then you get the fat guys that look real big. You know, the 4 or 5X t-shirt looking dudes that give you the excuse that they can't carry inside the waistband because they're too big. It's like, dude, it's just you can. It's about buying a belt, finding a holster that works, and wearing it on a position on your belt line that's most comfortable. It won't be entirely comfortable. It's a lifestyle change. It's like putting work boots on. Like they're heavy. No, they don't feel like Nikes or Crocs or whatever. Like it is a burden. But with a little consistency, you get used to it after a while. It's never entirely comfortable when you're carrying around a pound and a half plus, sometimes 2.5 pounds. If you get the gun holster, any lighter dot accessories and a spare mag, you start getting in that 2 pound or more mark pretty easy. And that's not weight God put on you to start with, so it's a lifestyle change, but you find a way that works for you. And after a while, it just becomes second nature. You get to where you got clothes on, but you feel naked without it. You're my friend. Well, that's been your inspirational quote for the night. I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down so we can all move over to E Honda 42,000 for what should be the Gay Frogs chat. Unless he's changed the title again. Thanks everybody for being here. Like, share, and sub. Awfully armed out for now.